Time for some Knickerbocker banter. As the Dean of Knicks Film School, Jonathan Macri joins us. Jonathan, always great to see you. It's been a roller coaster of a season for the Knicks to get to this point. Now that we've reached the All-Star break, how would you assess what you've seen from them so far this season?
Yeah, I think you just said it with the roller coaster comment. It's been inconsistent. You know, we've seen this Knicks team play as well as any team in the league with their victory in the NBA Cup. And then more recently, when they have had the best net rating in the league over their last 12 games, they also went through a stretch of 11 games where they went 2-9, which is not something you typically see from NBA championship material. I think the best way that I would describe this team moving forward is they are capable of beating anyone once they get to the NBA playoffs. And they're also capable of dropping a series to pretty much anyone once they get there. I think the big factors for them moving forward are going to be health, and then can they get this group gelling like we have seen, again, them gel at times this season.
All right, let's talk some team chemistry here. The Knicks didn't necessarily make a splash at the trade deadline, but they did bring in Jose Alvarado and have now signed Jeremy Sohan. So are these moves enough for this team to win a championship?
Yeah, I mean, I think you'd love to be able to sit here and say they had enough already, but the truth with this Knicks team is that margin moves are going to matter for them. I think you saw their lack of depth at times. I mean, Tyler Kolek has had some nice moments, but also had trouble getting the ball up the court, which I think necessitated the sort of move for Alvarado that we saw at the deadline. And then with Sohan, you know what, taking a flyer on a guy who could play a little bit of center, can give you a little bit of defensive versatility. Here's the thing, ultimately with the Knicks, their top guys need to play up to their abilities for them to have a chance. But I also think 8th man, 9th man, 10th man, you saw that last season with Oklahoma City and Indiana, how much depth on your roster matters. I think that's going to be the case for the Knicks. Once they get into the playoffs, now it's about working these guys in.
Without a doubt. So, Jonathan, when you look at the Eastern Conference right now, behind the Pistons, the Knicks, Celtics, and Cavaliers are all within a game and a half. So, in your mind, how important is seeding in this battle for the 2 seed?
Yeah, I mean, I think you think about things like, you know, do you want to go on the road for a game 7? Ideally not. And even something as simple as, hey, if you fall down to the 4 seed, you know, going into Detroit facing that powerful Pistons team in round 2, I almost wonder if the most important thing for the Knicks is from a mentality standpoint. You came into this year pegged as, at worst, the co-favorite in the Eastern Conference. And if they fell all the way down to 3 or even 4, I wonder how that would impact their confidence going into the playoffs. Look, we know this group is capable of doing big things. They probably should have made the finals last year. I would like to see them go in at no worse than the number 2 seed. Certainly capable of it. But either way, I'm sure it's going to be an interesting rest of the season with the competition coming from both Boston and Cleveland.